Hello, Donna D'Angelo from the Institute of Christ Consciousness. Thank you for joining me on another installment of our series, The Correcting Time. Last time I began to share some information about our planetary collective. And this is important to consider because our thoughts and our feelings have a relationship to the collective, what you might call system of consciousness in the collective. Our cultures evolve through human participation, through human thought and human feeling, and our reactions to the events of our material culture. We have lived in a culture of war for many, many millennia. This attitude of physical combat to deal with conflict is a form that needs to be outworked during this correction phase so that we can begin to move beyond those antagonisms which separate us from one another into a collective oneness where values of love, peace, altruism, forgiveness, and tolerance are more of the operative ways of life here on this world. So during this very important time of change on our world, one of the things that we can do to assist in the collective healing of our planet is to engage with our heavenly helpers who are what you might call in charge of the spiritual planetary government or governance that is charged with helping to spiritualize our thinking more along the lines of universe laws and divine principles of life. There is a vast spiritual retinue of helpers that are charged with helping humans ascend to higher levels of consciousness. This is not a process that unfolds overnight. It is a long evolutionary ascension from our, what you might call our earliest primitive ancestors, human ancestors, all through this long continuum of evolution that builds our culture, our planetary culture, to reflect a more heavenly way of existence. So we are on this trajectory, and we have been on this for many years, although we have been what you might call rather limping along because we have this overarching separation mentality as a main driver for human behavior throughout all of our social institutions. There are heavenly helpers in the form of seraphim or angels who work within the collective areas of all of our social institutions: religion, business and industry, education, home life, knowledge, and the progression of spiritual ideals. And these seraphim are charged with helping the collective body of human thought reflect more of those divine values of love and truth and goodness to help the humans who work in these institutions to perceive this higher heavenly information. I tend to believe that many of the inventions and some of the beautiful music and art have been through the influence of these heavenly helpers who stream information into the human mind to upstep us, to uplift us into this higher realm where there is so much beauty to behold and human life becomes more ennobled. So we are on a progression to achieve this over time, and now we're in this incredible period of juxtaposition where we see a lot of the pain and suffering, just so much of human suffering coming to the surface, so much human insecurity and unworthiness of people who go to some very means of medicating themselves to anesthetize themselves against the pain and suffering of this world. Well, the antidote for this is spiritual growth. And at a collective level, we have many, many beautiful seraphic and other heavenly helpers who are now here to assist the human mind or system of consciousness to outwork those influences that we have been holding in our minds and bodies as patterns of destructive thinking and feeling. As well, we have our Divine Mother and Father who are charged with helping us grow into responsible planetary and cosmic citizens. And so one of the factors involved in this time of correction is for people to take self-responsibility for their own healing, and then to begin to understand your relationship to the collective. And one of the ways that is very helpful for helping the collective change is to participate with the heavenly helpers and spend time in your own stillness practice, and perhaps even with meditation groups, to collaborate with them and to ask them to guide your thoughts and feelings into the areas in our social institutions that need to evolve out of the separation mindset and into more of that oneness, unified mindset where peace and harmony and the ideals of truth and goodness are operating factors. At the Institute of Christ Consciousness, we offer one such meditation twice a month in working with our planetary seraphim, who guide us through a series of focal points within the planet system of consciousness to build more of these spiritual counterparts into our thinking and feeling processes to help in the collective upliftment and to help us move beyond the pain and suffering of the past that has been such a part of our planetary record. And in this way, one of the greatest benefits of this is that we are individually fed with that spiritual information in this collective group, as well as sending our heart energies and our thought energies into the collective for the seraphim to use to change the inner environment within those social institutions so they can begin to reflect more of these divine values. So this is a very important activity that we can become involved in. And if this is something that speaks to you, I would invite you to contact me to be placed on our mailing list so that you can participate with us. We meet on the second and fourth Sunday of the month at 12 p.m. And if you send me an email to become a part of this group, I will place you on the mailing list and you will receive the information of how to contact, how to get on the call, and you'll also receive a recording link and the transcript. This is also on our website under the resources page, and it's under our calendar of events. So we are highly encouraging you to join us, because the more humans that participate, they use our will, our desires, our intentions to feed in the collective. And the more people who participate in this, then the greater can they use our energy and make those changes that we hold from our hearts and our intentions and desires to build this spiritual vibrational frequency of love that refracts into so many wonderful qualities of peace, forgiveness, and compassion, to be more of the dominant operating principles in our social institutions. And this is one of the big changes that we are now seeing. It's like the value systems at these institutions are changing, and what was once holding people secure is now being untethered, and this is making people very unstable. Well, you don't have to be unstable or uncertain in this time. By participating in various meditation events all around the planet, and if you are interested in joining us, we would be more than happy to have you participate as we grow together as we humans participate with our spiritual helpers and our divine parents to build this heavenly culture on our beautiful world and to heal all life here so that it reflects the divine plan that was originally intended for this world. So I'll end here, and I thank you for allowing me to share these thoughts with you. And please do reach out if you're interested in joining our Planetary Seraphim conference call twice a month. God bless you, and may you thrive in your journey as you grow in your Christ consciousness and become this living vessel of love, reverberating out into the world. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.